Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is time 14 144. If you're new here, my name is Monse, and if you're returning, like always, you're a real one. I appreciate you for being here. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. So what is going on? Happy Monday. Today is Monday. Hey, hold on. The 16th, I want to say. Sorry guys, hold on. My kids are listening to their... Hold on. Yeah, so... shit. Yeah, so I'm filming this on June 16th. How was your guys' Father's Day? I think it was Father's Day yesterday. I don't know. Like I said, I feel about Father's Day the same way I feel about Mother's Day, okay? I don't give a shit about neither of the two. I want to talk about something today. I was watching a read of the girl that I always tell you guys about, Linda Likes Tarot, here on YouTube. You guys should check her out. She's kind of freaky, just how on point she be, because she be on it, like for real. Hold on. Yeah, it's a little freaky how she be on point, but she be on point. And she was doing a read, right? And she said something. She said, God don't like ugly. Who would you be? I'd be any of them. I'd be I knew you would pick the main. And you know, I hear that a lot. Like it's a saying, right? Damn near, like, God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. And sometimes people even say, like, jokingly, like, oh, God don't like ugly, But you know what I get from it? I get like... So if you resonate, right, with like if you've seen my videos and you resonate with a lot of my videos, then you might resonate with what I'm gonna talk about today. I feel like for people who attack you verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually, 303 on the timer, I think, like, what is their thought process behind it, right? Because of course it's out of jealousy, out of envy, out of whatever the fuck in their warped mind. They think, well, I'm gonna attack the collective because they're prettier than me. I'm gonna attack the collective because 333, because he has a better job than I do, or he gets paid more. I'm gonna attack the collective because the guys always want her and the guys never want me. Like, it's something so stupid like that, right? Because people attack for stupid reasons. They never attack because you attack them first. No. You're minding your business somewhere, right? Doing you, worrying about how you gonna keep it moving and keep it pushing, and you're just basically doing you. And you know what? To be honest, even before you have a spiritual awakening, you're still doing you. Okay? Even when you're like in your self mode, even when you haven't like woken up yet, right? When you're still sleeping, let's just put it that way, right? When you're still asleep, even though you're asleep, you're still not fucking with people. You're not like in your south node attacking people. You're not in your south node doing spell work and doing this and doing the other, and you're not doing none of that. So Like, that's, you mind your P's and Q's regardless, right? If you're just barely waking up, or you haven't woken up, or you're far along in your journey.
You know, I've been going to the gym recently, and I've put on some muscle in Roblox.
Sorry. Or you're far along on your journey, whatever the case may be for you, right? Regardless of where you're at, you're still not fucking with people, right? So I think, like, what do these people think about when they attack you, right? They don't think. I just heard they don't think. They don't.
Oh, yeah. You should buy a mail one right now. And a sunny one. Also,
Because if they had any common sense, they wouldn't come for you.
could buy a sandwich at $5.
555. But I think about that. I go, like, I wonder, okay, so they attack you, right? And what are they thinking? Well, collective is not about to see that I'm about to do this bippity boppity boo and fuck up their face so they're not beautiful anymore, and then that way the guys don't come after them. Obviously, you're not in the room, right? You don't see the bippity bop going down. But God is watching you. Like, I just think, like, how stupid can you be? Just how stupid can you be? And you can attack, like, these people can be attacking you for like years, months, weeks, days, hours. It don't matter, right? But there's being watched by your spirit team, by God, by your angels, by your ancestors, maybe even other divine spirits, divine, guardians that you don't even know you have, let alone them, right? And so while they're doing like their little, whatever the fuck they're doing, they're like, oh yeah, it's working. Look at collective breaking out. And look at them. Look at their skin. It's like breaking out. Cool. Now they're not pretty anymore. Now they're not gorgeous anymore. And now they're not this anymore. And they're not that. Now, ha ha ha. They're breaking out. Their face is full of mountains. So cool. Now guys won't like them anymore. And you can be that collective, right, that got attacked. I don't know. Maybe this is significant for somebody, okay? Because I'm getting a lot of like I just heard fine. Like, you fine out here. You're looking good out here. Or maybe you've always looked good. You've been a person that carries yourself very well. Like, you like to dress well, and you like to look good, right? And it's not necessarily like, oh, you like the finer things, designer things. No. I just heard simple. You're a simple kind of guy. You're a simple kind of girl. This doesn't mean that you're a simple kind of person, right? But you're the kind of, let's just throw on a t-shirt and some jeans and we out there and we looking right, you might just be that type of person, right? So it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And okay, so they say, oh yeah, cool, look at collective now. Collective out here got a face full of mountains, but that face full of mountains still pulls. Because, again, they fail to realize that people are drawn to you because of who you are, not on your outside, not from the outside in. From the outside in. They are seeing you from the inside out. What's that all about? I wanna be down. I don't know why I just got that song from Brandy. I wanna be down. Could be significant for somebody here. I don't know. But yeah, so okay, hold on one second. Yeah. And there's somebody that still looks at you beyond those mountains that they put on your face, right? Or maybe you were thin and they got you to gain hella weight. Or maybe you gained hella weight. I'm sorry, maybe you were a little heavy set and you just out of nowhere dropped a shit ton of weight that everybody was looking at you like, and little did they know that that got people looking at you even more. So instead of them getting what they wanted, which is people not to stare at you, what they actually ended up doing was people taking notice even more. So it's like if people took notice when you were heavy set, right now that you're kind of dropping the weight, people are really 11 people are really looking your way. So it's almost like they enhanced your features. Okay. And I just think like, what is your thought process behind the whole thing? Like, do you not see that God is watching? Your angels are watching. Your ancestors are watching. Do you think that because the collective doesn't see you, you're not gonna reap what you're sowing? What makes you think that? This is for all of you that want a bippity bop, right? Like, what makes you think that, right now, 12:12. I was just about to say that. Thank you, Spirit. Right now, or maybe back then, they were like, ha ha ha, we're gonna get this bitch, we're gonna get this guy, we're gonna screw them over, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, ha 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 ha. 12:12 is here to say, and so is 12:34. Divine timing is here. This shit is over. And karma is here to collect. So what was it that you were doing to a chosen one? What was it that you were doing to a divine child of God? Didn't he tell you, do not touch my anointing? Do not touch one of my warriors. Because I feel like these people were warned over and over and over. And I feel like it got to a point where the Most High was like, all right, I'm sick of this shit. I'm about sick and tired of you, and you doing this, that, and the other to that chosen one, this chosen one. And you know what it brings me back to? Like I've said it in a couple of videos before, right? But I'll repeat it here again. To my punk ass ex-husband with your whack ass. I started telling him towards the end of like everything unraveling and whatever. I started telling him, just remember, evil never wins. Lo malo nunca avanza, is what I would always tell him. 14:14. Lo malo nunca avanza. It just doesn't. Evil never prevails. God might allow you to think that you're winning, but you're really not. God is basically allowing you to dig yourself into a deeper hole. Like you yourself are digging your own hole, and you yourself are hopping right in there. So the whole time, maybe these people celebrated, on your downfall, or were like laughing that they got you to look ugly or get fat or lose weight or get skinny or, you know, whatever, right? It was just, it was like a fall. I heard it's a false sense of security that they were 1515, that they were celebrating in that moment, right? Because again, like I said, maybe if you were overweight, right, and you lost weight, you dropped weight, but okay, I'm gonna use my own story, right, as an example. My own what's that word? I can't think of a word. I know there's that word and I have it like at the tip of my tongue, but I can't say it. Thank you, Spirit. I'm gonna use my own experience, okay? So after having my daughter, I had my daughter in 2021. Okay, after having my daughter, when I tell you that I was overweight, is an understatement. Okay, I was extremely overweight because I had my kids back to back to back. My kids are barely even a year apart. My daughter is 4, my middle child is 5, and my oldest is 6. Do the math. So I hadn't dropped none of my baby weight, to be honest, when I was already pregnant with the other one. You know, I had my first son, and I got my first son was 6 months when I got pregnant with the other one. And then I think I was probably the same amount. The other one was the same amount when I got pregnant with my daughter. So, right after having my daughter, I was extremely overweight. And of course, it never fails. You know, the punk ass husband, damn, you're hella fat. Don't you think you should start losing some weight? Don't you think you should start doing this? Maybe if you stop eating so much, that would, it would help you out and you can start to lose the weight. You know, I would get comments like that. Damn, you're big as a house. I don't know what's bigger, you or a cow. Those were the kind of comments that I would get, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, after having my daughter, since I closed the shop permanently, I was having like a lot of bad a postpartum, and I felt guilty because I closed shop without even running it by him. I just did it because I know he kept wanting me to like continue to have kids, which another thing I found odd, because like you want to have all these, you want to have all these kids, you want to have all these kids, but you don't help me with none of them, because he never helped me with the kids at all, like at all. I basically was doing everything. I was taking care of the house, I was taking care of the kids, I was dealing with postpartum, and on top of that, you know, the guilt that because I did talk to my doctor about it and things like that, to my OBG. She said that a lot of mommies, after they close the shop up, they immediately get postpartum because they feel some type of way. You know, the thought of like never having babies again is like I don't know, it triggers something in the mommy. So she said a lot of moms go through that, right? So I was like, cool, you know, I guess it's just a thing, I'll get over it, you know. But I would really fucking cry, guys. Like, I would really cry. And when I tell you, I had no support. I was literally by myself. I would cry to myself. All I had was me and my OBG. That's like it. She was the only one that was helping me out through the whole, when I was going through my postpartum depression. Okay, I had nobody else. My mom, my fucking whack ass mom, was fucking living here. Her bitch ass never did shit neither. You know what I'm saying? She never helped me out. She never did anything. In fact, she was trying, what she was trying to do was trying so hard to convince me to leave my husband. Okay, and at the time, me thinking, oh my God, my marriage is so great. You know, he's talking to me like this. But since we're not fighting, since we're not, there's no chaos, you know, nothing like that is going on in the home. I'm thinking, you know, we're good. I just don't know why he keeps talking to me like this, right? And so meanwhile, she's trying to convince me to, like, you know, get a divorce, blah, 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 da, 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 whatever. Meanwhile, I'm getting it from her, you know, get a divorce. He doesn't love you, blah, blah, blah. Well, he's like, oh, you're hella fat. You're this, you're that. And then me dealing with the postpartum. So you can just imagine, I don't even want to say stress. I don't even know what the hell you would call that, right? So, but that's when everything started. I would like to say, well, when it comes down to my mother, her bitch ass, I know she's been doing spell work on me since probably I came into this world. Okay, I feel like she's my number one enemy, my number one attacker. She's the reason for a lot of things in my life. But if we're talking about just that time, it was very difficult. It was a hard time, and that's when everything started, because then all of a sudden I weighed maybe like 240. I'm 5'1". Can you imagine how I looked? Okay, I probably looked overweight because I'm short, right? So whatever, I started losing the weight, and I started dropping, and I started dropping, and like, it was just, I don't know, guys, it was excessive weight that I was just, my family, the women in my family are known to be voluptuous women. Not necessarily overweight, but voluptuous as like thighs, hips, booty, you know, juicy women, okay? And I've always had a body like that since I was like 13, okay? And now to see everything disappearing, like my legs, they look like my arm. When my legs used to look like a fucking turkey leg on steroids. Just saying, you know? And then my legs started looking like my arms. And then my ass was like a fucking, not even a pancake, like a fucking, what are those things? Like a crepe. You know how crepes are hella thin, just non-existent. And then came now the comments switch. Now I'm not hella fat. Now I look sick. Now I look like I'm dying. Now I look like I have a problem. Now I look like I'm on drugs. Maybe I am on drugs. Are you on drugs? These were things coming out of my fucking whack-ass husband's mouth. By this time, though, my mom wasn't living here anymore. So, to me, her attacks started in my house, but they continued wherever the fuck she went. And again, since he was still here, so he worked on me from here, and she worked on me from wherever the fuck she was. And that's that. Okay, but now what I ended up noticing was that I did drop the weight. I dropped the weight. Like, even my brother-in-law with his bitch ass too. He's a bitch. Oh my God. A bitch doesn't even cover it. I couldn't even say he's a bitch. He's fake. He's two-faced. He's just a nasty person. A nasty human being. For real. But he started telling me, he was like, are you okay? You're starting to look sick. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I love you too, mommy. I would go to the bathroom and I would look in the mirror. And every time I would look in the mirror, like, not my bags, but right here, it looks sunk, like I look sucked in. And I would just stare at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, damn, bitch. Fuck. I just tell myself, like, bitch, you look through. You need to try to get more sleep. We need to try to get more sleep. Hold on, guys. Just had to grab a water. Yeah, so while my mom lived here, my orichas were coming through loud and clear. I just wasn't paying attention. I just didn't listen. Because my orichas kept telling me, this and this is going on, pay attention. This and this is going on, listen. This and this is going on, pay attention. This is going on. Like, look at your surroundings. Like, they're playing you right in front of your face and you don't even notice it. And my dumbass, since I already, like, I already suspected certain things from my husband, you know, I would go run and tell my mom, look, I had a dream last night that this, that, and the other. And she would always put it on my husband. She would always say, oh, it's your husband and his brother, my brother-in-law that I was just calling a bitch, him. It's them. They're the ones that are betraying you. I can only imagine all the shit they talk about you and this, that, and the other. I can only imagine this, that. You know, she would always talk shit about them. Even though she was the one attacking me with my husband. You know what I'm saying? So, if my orichas are telling me, right, and I still don't see, right, because I still have this veil of illusion, this magic that they've done, that I'm still asleep, right? If my orichas are warning me, it's because my orichas see you. My orichas saw what you were doing. Okay, and my orichas were warning me about her. So therefore, my orichas were watching her do the spell work here in my home. Because the bitch didn't have a pot to piss in. And she landed here in my fucking house. She lived for free and she ate for free. She did everything here. I never charged her. I took care of her like if she was my child. Because like I always say, the bitch never had a motherfucking thing. Never. She's never landed on her feet. She's always been taken care of by somebody else or something else. Okay. So, yeah, she would, again, like I said, she would always say, oh, it's your husband and his brother. If I were you, I'd get divorced before you do this. If I were you, I'd get divorced before, you know, he has to pay for what he's doing to you, and you're gonna end up paying for the karma as well. So it's crazy, you know, because she would say things like that. And that just leads me to believe that you already know what's up. You already know linking with somebody that has karma, like big karma to pay. You linking with this person, that only means that you are going to share that karma with that person. You know what I'm saying? So she's in here telling me, oh yeah, divorce him, because otherwise you're gonna pay whatever he has to pay. You're gonna pay it too for being connected to him. Blah blah blah. Da 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 da. You know, she tried really hard to convince me to dump my husband or to get a divorce from my ex-husband and this, that, and the other, right? Again, she has no idea that what she was doing, she was helping a bitch out. She thought I was going to be crying over this person, over losing this person. Hell, I can hit you up right now and say thank you. Thank you very much. Woof. Thank you. You know, that's what these people fail to understand, that whatever they attack you with, it might work for a minute because God allows it to. It's not because you're powerful. And it's not because you are like a master witch or a master 30-30, a master witch, a master whatever the fuck you consider yourself. No. Because you're doing it against a chosen child of God, handpicked by the Most High. So because you got away with it, it's only because the Most High allowed you to. Not because you have more power than the Most High. That's stupid. That is stupid of you to think that. And that's exactly what happened here. Because, again, like I said, right? I started losing the weight, and then here come those comments. Oh, you're hella skinny. You're starting to look sick. Blah, blah, blah. But then, when I used to go out, because like I said, this motherfucker never helped me in shit. I would go grocery shopping by myself. I would go put gas. I would go do this. I would do laundry, everything. I would always do it alone. He never was with me, ever. I was always out and about solo. Because his ass would always say, you got it. He'd rather be on the couch on fucking TikTok for like 8 hours. That's what the fuck he would rather do. So, again, since I started detaching while still in the marriage, and I started having my spiritual awakening while still in the marriage, I would say, cool. I would dip. Hell, as long as I can stay away from him, the better for me. If the kids stayed here, I would just tell my oldest, keep an eye on your little brothers. I'll be right back. Right? And, now, every time I went out, I wasn't getting told I looked sick. Every time I went out, I was getting told, damn, girl, you hella fine.
You want to take it?
Ooh, you taken? Yeah. I was still fucking loyal. Okay? I was still loyal. I wasn't getting nobody's number. I wasn't talking to nobody. But the attention I was getting in the streets, I was like, damn. Wow. And then to come home, and then like to go out, right? To, for example, to put gas. And then somebody at the gas station was like, damn, girl, you hella fine. Can I get your number? Nah. I'm taken, sorry. You know? So then that would be it. That would be that. I would just leave it at that. And then I would come home and I would tell him. I'd be like, dude, I was out and about, and some guy was like, what's up with it? Doo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo, da-da-da. And I would always tell him, like, you better watch yourself, because before you know it, somebody's going to come through, and they're going to jack your woman. He would always laugh. He would always think it's funny, and he would always say things like, who the hell's going to want you with 3 kids? No man wants to take care of another man's child. I was like, I would, like I said, since I started having my spiritual awakening while still being with him, I started talking back, because I never would. He would tell me disrespectful shit, and I would just keep my mouth shut, and I found my voice. So then when he would say things like, oh, well, who would want you? Nobody's going to want you with 3 kids. No man wants to take care of 3 kids. Yeah, but you don't need the kids to fuck. I would tell him stupid ass shit like that. I was like, I don't need to be nor without children or divorced to be rolling around with somebody in bed. And he would just stay quiet. You would see his demeanor change. Like it wasn't funny no more. So I started noticing that. I started paying attention. That's when I started paying attention, and I would say things like that. So then from then on came other stuff like, oh yeah, you know, if you don't take care of me, somebody else will. Or if you don't see, you know, if you don't, there's guys that want women with husbands. There's guys that don't give a fuck that a woman is married and they still take her and they still want her. I would say shit like that every time he tried. Anthony, stop that puppy. Every time you hear that, my son he said it 3 times. He said, shut up. I don't know if y'all heard it, but you see what I'm saying? That's symbolic. You know, it's when I said, you know, that him thinking that nobody was gonna want me because I had children, or nobody was gonna want a woman that had 3 kids or whatever, you know. And there's always somebody that's down for the cause. So again, it's stupid. Like the thought, sorry honey, like the thought process behind it is like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Like, so what I'm trying to say with this is that if at any point in time somebody made you feel a certain way, or if you're in a situation right now where somebody's making you feel some type of way, buck up, okay? Because whoever the fuck is talking down to you like that, they're talking down to you because they're insecure. Because they're projecting, thank you, Spirit, they are projecting their own insecurities upon you. Quítese de ahí. They are ya se quitó. They are projecting their own insecurities onto you. And because they know you're vulnerable and this, that, and the other, they know that you're sensitive and you have feelings and you care and this and the other. No, they attack you. You know, that's weak ass shit. Thank you, Spirit. It's weak. It's weak. That's literally what I just heard. It's weak.
And still way too weak. Are you serious?
Confirmation. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Do it. Someone tell me in the comments.
My son was watching a video and it came back on and it literally just said that is way too weak. So yeah, this whoever made you feel some type of way at any point in time, again, I'm pretty sure now if you're where I'm at, you're probably more than likely past. Sorry guys, I'm putting my hair in my face. You're more than likely past it, right? You're past it. You're over it. You're like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit no more. You know. But for those of you that are maybe just barely waking up, or you're in the process of it, or however, because like I said, I was going through my spiritual awakening while I was still in the marriage. I was detaching from the marriage. Wow, still in the marriage. Okay? And I just make that very, like, for you guys to know, because I don't want you to feel that you have to be separated in order to start finding your voice. You don't have to be separated in order for you to know your worth. You don't have to be separated in order for you to figure it out. You know, because I started figuring it out while in the marriage. And then after, right, when I had like my aha moment, I was like, bitch, you're the problem. You're the issue.
These are some crazy stages. I've never seen these before.
I'm like,
Let's go, bro. We gotta
it's not me.
teleporting all over the place.
I had my aha moment. I had my tower moment. The moment that happened, I feel like the Most High was like, cool, she got it. He gotta go. It's time to go.
I'm a freaking goose.
This happened, that happened, and the other thing happened, and he was gone permanently from this house. He has a restraining order. He cannot come to this house.
It's actually epic.
Gordo, the breakdancing watermelon.
You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. It does not matter. Espérame, mami. It does not. Okay. Okay. It's okay, mami. Ya voy. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how much you try to like break someone. You cannot. Because us as chosen, we bend, but we do not break. A motherfucker stay shook just to see how strong and powerful a divine chosen child of God can be. And the funny thing is that they can do the same thing you're doing. They can call out to the Most High. They can listen to their intuition. They can walk in peace and in love and in kindness they can do all of that. But they're choosing not to. They're choosing the dark side. They're choosing to do evil shit. They're choosing all of that over the Most High. Okay, and so because you're not choosing to do it, they want to attack you. Or because you're choosing now yourself and not them anymore, oh, they want to come and attack you. Or they want to talk shit about you. Or they want to say you did this, that, and the other thing. That's something else I'm going to talk about, but we'll save that one for another video. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is for all of you that think that because the collective, and I'm going to throw myself in there because I honestly feel motherfuckers underestimated your girl. And that's what you ain't never supposed to do. You know, you should never underestimate somebody because they look weak, or because they cry, or because they show emotion, or they show empathy for other people. Empathy, right? They're empath. Yeah, they're an empath, right? They care. They have feelings. It doesn't make them weak. If anything, it makes them stronger because they have those feelings and those emotions. Okay? So, yeah, this is for all of you.
Yeah, they've seen it all. I don't even know what this brain rot character is.
Just stop it. Like, quit it. Again, I'm literally seeing in my third eye somebody digging a hole for themselves.
I'm okay with this stuff. Wait, why'd I go back here? Oh no, I messed up, but I made it. As a normal player,
You're about to fall in it if you didn't fall in it already.
What the heck am I?
Yo, what? You're too
Okay, like,
Oh, you're right. I'm the Tung 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 Sahur transformation.
dude, that is crazy. You need to chill, Melon.
God doesn't like ugly. And that's the truth.
Drink that stuff.
And when that saying is said, I feel like it's overall because, again, these people really think that just because we didn't see them doing the bippity bop, the Most High, our spirit team, is not going to show us. Our intuition is not going to be like, you know what's up. You know what's up? I know what's up. All right, cool. We be knowing. You know what? Like,
Hold on, let me see the action.
and then not only that, you find out, right? Whoever it was, you find out that your cousin the whole time had it out for you, and she's been so jealous of you, and this, that, and the other, and you find out that she's been the one bippity bopping when you when the Most High tells you, all right, look, it's your cousin. This is what she's been doing. this, that, and the other, and now I'm showing you this is confirmation, right?
Because there was also Sonic.exe, that's true.
You find out
Yeah.
the Most High shows you,
Breathe and wait for 2 seconds for me to catch up. And by the way,
and you
I feel
still
like
don't do
seeing
nothing.
Sonic.exe and
What do you do?
I feel like those are kind of
You go within,
Maybe
you pray, you forgive, you cut the cord, and you release. That's what you do. And you go about your business.
Yeah, and now I could go
That's what
backwards.
you
Isn't
do.
this cool?
No, that's not really.
These people don't understand that. I don't know why. These people do not understand it.
Get your head in the game.
And I feel just like the Most High shows up for us, I feel like the Most High shows up for these people.
It is, bro.
Like,
It's like
knock it off.
cheese with moldy yogurt. Wait.
All right, now, knock it off.
Cappuccini assassini.
Yeah, why does he have half health
Bruh,
already?
knock it the fuck off.
Okay, and he's dead.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you tell the child. How many times do you have to tell a child?
Not good for me now.
Right? Like, don't get up there because you're going to fall and you're going to fuck around and break your leg, break your arm, something. Don't get up there because you're going to da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, so they get warned over and over like a little toddler.
Oh, 2019.
And they still don't listen.
Grab recoiler. Well,
And so now here we are.
I don't get laser beam. I choose this corner. This corner will give me life. Come on. Ooh, clutch. Last one. Holy moly.
So I don't know. I kept seeing this card. It says unlikely, and
Or just
I feel like probably now they're probably asking the Most High, please, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, and like asking for forgiveness and on their knees and whatnot. And the Most High is like, I don't think so. You don't get to attack on top of attack and on top of attack
his brain was already like, all rotted and squishy.
and think, no. Every action has a reaction and every action has a consequence, whether good or bad. Period. Pooh. They say, let's hear it, spirit. She be saying that. I be loving when she says that. She says, period, poo. Like, bitch, the fuck you think this is? Yeah, no.
wait, Melon, chill.
Absolutely not.
Chill. Does this kill you?
Ahorita te doy, ya voy a terminar. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I just hope that. Hold on, guys.
And make sure you subscribe for more epic videos. Bye.
I just hope, again, like I said, this is not the end, okay? If there were somebody, a parent, a partner, a person that made you feel this big when you're 10 feet tall, you were never this big. They were this big. You were too tall for these motherfuckers. And they didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how to... they didn't know how to deal with... You were a gift. They didn't know what to do with this gift that the divine gave them. Oh my God. Oh my God, a lot of them fell. Yeah, see? They didn't know. And now they're pressed. They didn't know. I saw like 4 cards with babies on them, okay? So that's what I'm saying. You are a divine child of God, okay? And I don't know. Maybe you were a gift. You were definitely a divine gift. And instead of saying, oh, to the Most High, thank you, no.
I found something really cool. I want to show you this. Take a look at the top right. You've got a special radio.
They attacked and lied and stole and cheated and just did the most. But it's cool though. Woo! And I saw this card and it came out anyways. Okay. It says, unto you is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God.
Oh, that's right, Tum-Tum. Your nose is about to get...
Yeah.
That was absolutely vile and disgusting.
Yeah.
Do it to him. And now
Just
he's
for
got-
any of you that felt like that at any point in time, trust me, I know.
Right, things are upgrading. It's getting
Because I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, right? But I've never had a problem with like for example with guys and like guys getting at me and things like that. I never had an issue with that, right? But I can definitely tell you that being married to this person for 7 years and 7 years hearing about how no man would want me because I was fat, because I had kids, because I wasn't educated, because I didn't have no job, because I didn't have no money, because I basically didn't have a pot to piss in, right? I was going to be living under a bridge with my 3 kids.
CJ, coming back.
Oh, the key must have opened up over there now.
Yeah, you're right. The key's right here.
Excellent.
And wishing that upon me, it actually made it completely different. Because again, like I said, I dropped the weight. Okay, I dropped all this weight here, but then I gained it back here. I gained it back. So I'm pretty sure you're mad. I would be mad too.
This tongue in the toilet?
I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. You believe that. You believe that. You believe that.
Next level acquired.
Wait for me.
Or maybe when this was happening, right, you felt like you were alone, and he's here saying like, no, you're not alone. You never were alone. Every time that you picked yourself back up, I grabbed you by the arm and I helped you get back up. Like it's like you in your mind were probably like, fuck that, it's not over, I'm about to get back up this fucking floor. And as soon as you were trying to get back up, the Most High grabbed you by your hand and helped you. Oh my God, I want to cry. I'm not gonna cry. Okay, y'all been making me cry. I've been crying, and like I cried in my last video, my other channel. If you want to go check that out, it said, "Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid."
No, remember I was lagging and not trying to troll.
Yeah, see, you're not afraid anymore. Maybe you were at one point. Maybe again, maybe that's just another tactic, installing fear. Maybe you were in a situation where, for example, like me, this man never put his hands on me, never did anything. If that's happening with you, call the police. Seek for help. Nobody should ever be putting their hands on you. No one. Not a man, not a woman, not a no one. No one. Okay? And that's not just specific to women. Just no one, okay, should ever disrespect you like that. But he never did. He never put his hands on me or anything. But he would install fear in me a different way. He would say things like, oh, if somebody would attack my sisters, I don't care about doing jail. I would kill them. Yeah, you would? Yup, I would do that. Oh, okay. And I would think, not even gonna lie, I would think like, then I mean, if he's willing to do that and not give a fuck about his kids, going to jail and not caring about his kids, then like, there's nothing he would never do. There's nothing he wouldn't do. Like he's capable of anything. He would install fear in me in that way. My Father gives you true bread from heaven. So maybe God right now is setting a table for you. Okay, for you to... Oh, he's setting a table for you in front of these motherfuckers. That you weren't going to be shit, right? And you were never going to have shit. And you were going to be eating shit. Doesn't look like it to me, honey. Looks like you over here breaking bread with the Most High. What you doing?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
no.
He's an absolute machine.
Yeah, so he would install fear in me in that way. And I would always say that, how is it possible that somebody that has never put their hands on me and I fear them? Because I feared this person. I really was terrified.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He would tell me like things like, oh, I hope that you're not cheating. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. And he would look dead in my eye. He wouldn't look. He wouldn't blink. It was like a dead stare. He would tell me things like, I hope you never cheat on me. And if you do, you better hope I don't find out because, oh my God, only Lord knows what I'd be capable of doing. You know, that kind of manipulation, that form of mindfuck. Ask your questions, y'all. That form of mindfuck. Okay, so again, that is still another form of abuse. Okay, whether you want to believe it or not. It doesn't necessarily always have to be hitting or physical abuse to be abused mentally and to fear for your life. 55-55 as I'm saying that, or to fear for your life. Okay, and that's what this person did. Remain positive, and it says reconsider flipped over. But that's what that's what he would do. He would tell me shit like that. You know, he would tell me shit like that. So, you know, and they would come like out of left field. You know, like could be talking about the garden. And then all of a sudden he'd be like, oh, well, I'm just letting you know, like, if you cheat on me, you better, like, make sure I don't find out. Because only Lord knows what I would do or what I'd be capable of doing. You know? So he would install fear in a different way. But fear, nonetheless. Because, like I said, ask for help from others. Because like I said, it says forgiveness. And I talked about this in my last video. If you haven't checked out my last video here on the channel, go ahead and check that out. I think I said forgiveness is for you, not for them. I think that's what it's called, but it's the video before this one. But forgiveness is out here. And I know that might be hard, especially coming from situations like, if you're resonating with what I'm talking about, coming from situations like that, I know it's hard. So you might want to seek Archangel Raphael to help you. We have in the near future. I'll probably tell the story one day of how he ended up leaving. Probably more than likely I will, because I keep feeling guided to keep talking about my story, what my life has been, how my life has been. I don't know why, but I keep feeling guided to talk about it, to come on here and tell you guys. I'm out of here. I'm just gonna leave the game. This is really come on here and tell you guys, like, you know, the kind of life I've lived or I've had up until now. But again, that'll be for another video. Let me know in the comments if you want to know what happened. But the night that he left this house, my knees were knocking. They were like knocking. You know that saying when it says my knees were knocking? I've never understood that saying. I'm like, what do they mean? I never understood that saying until that night, because I was terrified. I was scared. I was so scared. But it's almost like I came face to face with my monster, with my demon. I just heard with my demon. I came face to face with my demon.
Whatever said, oh, be careful. They turn flaming hot. Oh, you're right. They're burning up. I'm dead, bro.
And I ended him.
Because you also stood on the flaming hot thing.
Even though I was scared shitless, it didn't stop me. Fear didn't stop me.
You're welcome, Sonny.
Fear did not stop me. It didn't. I knew it was now or never, like, type of energy. Big happy changes. Oh my God, yes. You see, this is what happens. It's so crazy because motherfuckers do shit for everything to go wrong in your life when big happy changes are coming. Maybe because some of you did forgive. And that's why a table is being prepared for you in front of these motherfuckers. And these bitches probably know. Right? These bitches probably know. They're like, damn, we're sending ugly spells, beauty spells, fat spells, skinny spells, whatever spells, and nothing is working because this bitch is out here looking radiant, looking good, smelling good, looking fine, minding their business, not giving a fuck about us. Like, hella selfish. She's selfish. They're selfish. Cool. You know? Because you looked for a peaceful resolution. And what was that? Silence. Minding your business.
I bet you tongue somewhere has an effect.
Yo, why you got hearts coming off you, bro? You love me?
No.
Or some of you guys, ooh, maybe you guys did a lot of healing and that you're open now for maybe some love to come in. If you are, I suggest you go over to my other channel, Cosmic Creation 144. I've been I don't know. I have been uploading, like, I think my past 3-4 videos have been Divine Feminine read. If you identify yourself, as a Divine Feminine, if you are a Divine Feminine out here asking the universe for your divine person, okay? Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. Even if you're not a Divine Feminine, if you're not feminine, right? Even if you're a male, but maybe you are in your Divine Feminine energy, you know, where you're feeling more soft, more gentle, maybe a little bit more emotional, because I know I have. Please tell me in the comments if you have. I feel like I keep crying. My last video I cried. I was about to cry on this one. I feel somebody's emotions. I know that I'm not the only one that has gone through this or that is going through it, okay? I'm not. I know that. And that's maybe why I keep feeling guided to come on here and share my story with you guys. Like, a bitch is not crazy, okay? I'm not crazy. I'm not delusional. I'm not talking out of my ass. No, I know what I know. And one thing I know for sure is that cutting all these people out of my life completely is what needed to be done for me. For my spiritual journey, for my own life journey, for me, for my mental health, for my stability, for my foundation. All these motherfuckers had to go. Every single one of them had to go. Period. Every single one of them. It's for a reason. You know, when you have a spiritual awakening, right, you're like in hermit mode, and you're not going out, you're not talking to anybody, and you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But I don't think, to me, now, when I look back at it, I don't think like, oh my God, God took everybody from me. No. You go into hermit mode so you can really see with like clear vision who these motherfuckers are. Because maybe at one point, right, you go through the spiritual awakening, you're like, for example, this is just an example, okay? Ugh. I'm like, oh my God, my husband, I miss him so much. I loved him though. Blah, 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 blah. Let me, what are you doing? No. It happens on purpose so you can see them for what they really are. For who they really, the mask comes off. Thank you, Spirit. Their mask comes off. it just, the slime just slides off. And you see them for who they are.
What the heck? How did you stopped
Okay?
Easy, bro.
Insecure,
me. Oh my
a
goodness,
liar,
let me fly.
a cheater, a thief, a manipulator, a narcissist, a fake ass, a just ugh. And who knows what else.
We're good.
Now follow
Okay,
the
and
sword.
that's for
Your great
every
leader will
single
command you into battle.
person that, for me, it's my whack ass ex-husband and his family and my bitch ass mother and them.
Let's go.
I stand solo.
It didn't work.
And I'm cool with that. What is that saying? I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
Yeah, you are small compared to me. I'm
Okay?
gonna smush you, bro. Let me squash you with a pancake.
I'm alone, but I am not lonely.
It's over here.
Okay, and I know eventually the Most High is going to send me somebody that is
Not for long.
at my level, mentally, spiritually,
That's how I show
where we
respect.
can
I squash you.
lift each other
That's weird.
and not have any type of envy or jealousy, because maybe okay, for example, right, if
You are.
I would always tell my husband, hey, how about if I sell food from the house? He would always say, like, how are you going to sell food from the house?
That is literally an
Selling food from the
alligator
house.
fighting.
What about the kids?
I could.
They're going to be running around all through the house. I don't
Gotta
understand.
go get the food soup.
Well, no, because then that's a lot of money. Da 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 da. Blah 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 blah. and shit. No. The point was me not progressing, not moving forward. It was, thank you, Spirit, stopping my movement, like having me like stuck. And that's really what I felt like. Because I would always tell my friends, fuck, dude, I feel like I want to lift my foot, but I can't. It's like I'm stuck in mud or something. And I can't move. I would always tell him that.
He's breathing heavy when
I feel like I want to move and I can't lift my foot to do so. What the fuck? I would always tell him that. Again, because I couldn't be better than him. Because then that triggered some fucking insecurity in his ass. So me even making some kind of money brought out an insecurity that he had. So he had to project those onto me to make him feel better, so he can feel better about himself. Like saying, cool, I'm not the only one that's like, cool, I'm not the only one that ain't shit. She ain't shit neither. So we both ain't shit. Cool. It can't be like, okay, I'ma do good and my wife is gonna do good too. We gonna do good together. Nah. It was like, no, bitch, you're gonna eat shit because I'm eating shit right now. And you are gonna be shit because I'm not shit. The problem is, though, that it's not in our nature as chosen. It's not in our nature to do that, to be like that, to attack, or to even have some form of jealousy or envy. No, it's not in our nature. So I know that now the Most High is going to send me someone that is. And I feel that that's maybe why the reason why this was the topic. Is that, did I say that weird? Or I think I repeated it twice. That could be the reason why I was guided to talk about this. You know, because motherfuckers think that because they do a little bippity boppy doo-doo-doo-doo-doo and now your life is over and everything is ruined, when in reality they just help you out.
Congratulations, Melon.
Because the attention that I got from dropping all that weight was insane. I wouldn't even get that shit in high school like that.
I don't have hacks.
Wait, where am I?
I was getting hit on, but I'm 41, okay?
Is the stupidest morph.
A 21-year-old was like, what it do? I was like, boy, please, you can be my child. But I'm not gonna lie, it feeds the ego, but I'm not like, okay, bitch, looking out here. No. What it gives, it's like,
Quickly, please do it and get off this video before I die. Seriously. if you're
Why
gonna
do
die,
you
I'm not
keep
kidding, guys.
trying?
Stop the video right now.
Again, you're digging yourself
Please.
into a bigger
Please. Why are
hole.
you still here?
I'm not
Yeah,
out here
thanks a
thinking
lot.
I'm the shit because a 21-year-old is trying to get at me. Right? No. It just inspires me to continue to keep doing what I'm doing because I know I'm doing it right. Because of other people's reactions. And all you're doing is digging yourself into a bigger hole because whatever bippity bop you're still trying to do, it's not working. Like, bruh, 10-10. I'm over it. Like,
HealthForCalifornia.com is partnering with
just let it go. Just let it go. Leave the collective alone. Just go away, Lisa Linda. That's what she be saying, bruh. Because she be over it too. She just be like, ugh, go away. Go away.
30 cents. Apply in 5 to 10 minutes at HealthForCalifornia.com. Simple process.
Don't forget to hit the like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Los quiero mucho. I'll see you later.